Today I've got a date with a Lufthansa A350, and not just any A350, but oh wait, no, this is not Allegris, the new business class that Lufthansa has been rolling out for about 10 years. That'll have to come another day. But don't click away just yet, because this is also not the standard much disliked Lufthansa business seat. This is actually a secret one. It's SAS Business basically with a Lufthansa varnish, or something like that. They took these aircraft over from Philippine Airlines and just kept the existing seats. Smart move, because it would have probably taken 18 years to put the Allegris seats in, so that's what we're flying today, from Vancouver to Munich. But there's more. I'm starting off at the brand new PDX airport, that's Portland, Oregon in case you wondered, and it's stunning. Plus, I'm on an Air Canada Express -8 Q400 from here to Vancouver before the main event. A little bonus for you prop lovers. What I'm hoping to find out for you today is, should we be avoiding Lufthansa on transatlantic, or is it actually a good choice? On the A350, it's hard to go wrong, or is it? Stay tuned. All right, folks, it's time for the last installment of this big trip across the US and a bit of Canada. Dipping into Canada once more today, but only to connect in Vancouver. So it's Portland, Vancouver on Air Canada Express -8 Q400. Won't focus too much on that flight. I don't think it'll be too interesting, but the main event tonight is Lufthansa's A350 from Vancouver to Munich, and then I'm headed home on typical A321 Euro business. The A350 is interesting because although it's not Allegris, unfortunately, it is the version of A350 business that Lufthansa took over from Philippine Airlines. So it's a completely different product. It's not the old school Lufthansa one we're used to. It's no seatmate, direct aisle access, a lot like, in fact, pretty much identical aside from the finishings to SAS business on the 350. So see how that goes. It'll be interesting. I haven't flown Lufthansa in quite a while. Be nice to be back on the A350. So let's get up to Vancouver first. I'll show you a bit of that, and then we'll get to the main event. Make sure to stop by this beer hall at PDX in the main terminal area before security. If not for the amazing selection of beers, then at least for the views of the terminal on one side and the ramp on the other. They've also got great burgers and sports on the TV. A very American experience, and say what you will about my birth country, they do tend to get this sort of thing right. I've said it before, but American airports are getting way better than they used to be, and you really notice it traveling around the country now. That's great to see. And PDX did a fantastic job with this terminal. Plus, they kept the beloved carpets. So they really got everything right. Quite a nice little flight on Air Canada Express. Not so bad on the -8 Q400. Quiet, smooth, all that good stuff. Short flight too. Beautiful scenery coming in. Gotta make sure I don't get hit by a cart. And now on to the big one. The A350, 9 hours over to Munich. Gonna stop by the Air Canada lounge first. Hopefully they let me in. They will. I think that's the lounge Lufthansa uses. And I love how easy Vancouver makes transiting international to international. Just scan the boarding pass, go through a turnstile with a quick check of the documents, and you're through in no time. Imagine if you had to do this in the US, it'd be at least an hour-long process. I like the look and feel of the Maple Leaf Lounge here. The food is good, the environment is calming, and the staff are friendly. Good views too. Let's get on board this A350. This seat seems pretty promising with plenty of space, no seatmate like you would have on the majority of Lufthansa business flights currently, so first impression is good. Once we get in the air, I'll go over the experience in more detail. Interesting boarding music, not one I associate with Lufthansa. I wonder how long they've been running this kind of thing. A little bit like Krungbin Thai Jazzy. Right? The seat itself, very strange to be basically in the SAS seat, but with the Lufthansa skin on it. Pretty good, although the seat kind of feels like it's as if it's inflated, but comfortable enough. And the key thing is that A350 wing view out there. Just gorgeous. I think we'll be taking off with some light left, so. Also got Qantas next door. That's fun. Service is okay, nothing incredibly memorable, but not bad at all. The only problem was that it took 2 hours from takeoff to finishing up with the service. This is a 9-hour flight, so by the time that's done, you only have about 7 hours to work with in terms of sleeping. Not as bad as on a 6-hour flight, like my recent Ethiopian Airlines experience, but still, I reckon this could be done more quickly. Shall we get my other critiques out of the way quickly now? So, the Wi-Fi is very slow and costs 25 euros for the full flight. I don't recommend buying it. The service is friendly enough, but not super attentive. Empty cups and rubbish are left on the side table for hours, that kind of thing. Not a deal breaker, but notable. SAS, if I recall correctly, decided not to go with the version of this seat that uses air inside the cushions to increase or decrease firmness. That's on the A350s when they got those. And they did that because the system is so delicate and acts up all the time. Philippine Airlines clearly didn't know about that because they've got the air system and it seemed to just inflate and deflate at random throughout the flight. That is not ideal for sleeping. There's also no mattress pad of any kind offered and a pretty basic blanket. One flight attendant told me that on longer flights a mattress pad is offered. Maybe some of you can confirm this, but I don't know why a 9-hour flight would not be considered long enough to merit some extra bedding. It's all perfectly fine, though at the same time, there's just nothing exceptional here. A functional and acceptable way to get across the Atlantic in a flatbed with good privacy, but I'm left a little bit underwhelmed. The views of Bavaria on landing, though, are very much on point. was a nice A350 flight. I slept about 6 hours, so I can't really complain, right? I had heard that these seats were commonly broken, the Philippine Airlines seats, obviously a niche product and not necessarily representative of what Lufthansa's offering or trying to offer. Allegris looks way better, but that seat is just weird. It just felt like it was inflating and deflating all night long on its own. It was lumpy and difficult to get comfortable in. It's functional. And Munich, nice airport to connect in, very easy so far, very quiet, but I'm not going to be rushing to fly them again. But, obviously safe, smooth, easy flight, hard to complain. It's just, I think it could be better. Lufthansa could be better. I see the potential there, and would love to see them do something a little bit more exceptional. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to film the next flight very much because now I'm tired and just want to get home. And it's just an A321 in Europe, whatever, right? So thanks for coming along. Let me know what you thought. And if you've flown this product of Lufthansa's or other ones and you have thoughts about them generally, I'm curious to know. So, see you next time.